What's up, everyone? Yeah, I know, I'm wearing a blue shirt. I'm wearing a blue shirt in my new video, actually. I'm taking off my blue shirt, though, right now. Oh, that feels better right there. I got a new lens for my camera. I mentioned this the other night, and excuse me. Woo! Allergies. I got a new lens. I got a nice lens, and it's has a lot more depth of field, and so I'm trying to improve the video quality of because I've got all these interviews coming up, and I'm curious to see your opinion on the new look of the video, but wearing a slightly lighter dark color like blue. Now, when I'm here, because I'm backlit so much and front lit, you can see that definition on my. You can see my shoulders, but my room is so long that and it gets so dark that that it sometimes looks like I'm headless there. People say that. I see that in the comments. Rick, you look like you're headless. And so I think that I've improved upon that dramatically. I think you'll notice this is the best looking video. It's even beyond the Frampton video. This is another level where I want my videos to go, thanks to the Beato Club. That's another thing that you'll notice is from now on, from this video that I'm going to put out tonight, which is What Makes Us Sound Great, episode 50. It's by far the best looking one. I think it's my best episode too. So I'm very excited about it because it's one of my favorite songs. Felipe, I have a wide angle lens. My regular lens that I use is a wide angle. So it's tough with guitars when you're playing guitars and bass to fit them in the screen. You have to have a very wide, almost a fisheye lens because the necks stick out so far. Or you're putting the things really, really far back. But this 50th episode is really pretty smoking. I'm going through it. I was just going through I'm about 3/4 of the way through checking it right now for everything, make sure all my edits are good, but it looks great, by far the best. Any questions on anything? How many of you saw my latest one, Oscar Peterson voicings, the latest video that I did? No, I haven't gotten that new microphone working yet, Chip. I mean, I have, but not for this. With the new setup that I have with the camera, I have there's a little box I need to buy that will that I don't have that will incorporate. It's not expensive. That will enable me to go into OBS with it and use my nice camera. Although, because I'm lit here, to me, this is the best this camera has looked. I mean, this actually looks very good here. I've got color. I'm backlit. I'm blocking that one light that kind of hits you in the face and everything, but I think that actually helps a lot. So Keola, the Oscar Peterson video, it was lessons 17 on here. For those of you that watch the lessons or get the lessons. But I did a video talking about the dense Oscar Peterson chords. I'm actually going to do I'm going to do some more on this because there's a lot of interesting voicings that Oscar does. He actually, for a guy that was originally a disciple of Art Tatum, he ended up going way beyond Art Tatum, and had some very, very modern voicings. As a matter of fact, it's funny, I have a recording, I'm sure it's on YouTube, of Oscar and Herbie playing together. And it's kind of weird because they're trying to outdo each other. And Herbie's trying to play modern stuff and doesn't really have Oscar's chops, but Oscar doesn't really is playing in some different. He's really stretching out a lot. But there's a tune that I want to do a video of called "Tenderly" that Oscar plays a really beautiful chord sequence that's very, very harmonically dense. He also does it a similar type thing in the he does in the Dick Cavett video. He does a similar thing where he talks about reharmonizing, and he really does a great reharmonization live on TV. Kent, you enjoyed the Whiplash review. You were see boot camp. You thinking that was tough. So that whole thing is pretty hilarious. I got over 1,000 downvotes on it, but I enjoyed immensely people freaking out about it. I like that stuff. 96,000 views of that, but 1,200 dislikes. Man, people don't get the fact that I was reviewing the trailer, even though it says Whiplash trailer as reviewed by Big Band Conductor. Okay? I figure since I was actually a big band conductor for 5 years, not a short period of time, done many concerts, yelled at many drummers, that I think I have a pretty good perspective on what it takes to run a big band and why you don't need to slap people in the face. But apparently, people love that movie. I finally found my first musician friend that saw it, my buddy Dave. Kent, you were amazed by how many people were butthurt about it. I know, it's unbelievable, but I think it's hilarious. I don't take it personally. I love it, actually. I love when people get all freaked out like that by it. Felipe, you thought your close circle of musician friends were the only one that enjoyed the shred videos? No. All musicians love the shred videos. All of them do. I told the story on one of my live streams that I watched Creed shreds with Scott Stapp. I didn't include that into the video. So it was hilarious because Scott thought it was hilarious too. He saw when he was that part that I put in there. Oh my God, he cracked up. Somebody told me that Jakey Lee, there's one of him doing it, and that he thought it was hilarious too. Felipe, it's the hardest you laughed in your life when you saw the first one years ago. I think it was Steve Iwan. I know. I would watch those over and over and over, and I would cry. All my friends, all the bands that would come in here would watch them. We would laugh so hard. Oh, man. If you want... musicians love humor. That's the thing. And they love funny movies. And to me, honestly, Spinal Tap is the most realistic movie for a rock band, period. That is the most realistic music movie because everyone that I know that toured had a Spinal Tap moment every single day. So there you go. That's my perspective on that. Let's see. I saw the movie, and as a music faculty, you hated it. There you go. It's so over the top. I'm going to watch it. Because I don't want to be that guy that doesn't watch it after. But the fact that people, were so freaked out about it is hilarious. Ken, have I played the new guitar on the channel yet? Are you talking about the red guitar? Because I have not really played that. This red one, the G and J, I think somebody called it. I have not played this on the channel at all. Yeah, this one I've not played. But how cool is this? I've actually had it. It's needs to be plugged in. I've been playing 12 string for the last couple hours here. I'm gonna plug it in. Hold on. The switches on it are really incredible. They really do a lot. I love it. It's real. It's an incredibly great guitar. I really like it. I think it sounds great for recording. I still haven't figured out everything that it does. There's a low, medium, and high thing here. I'm not sure how that works. Some type of a tone variation or something. I'm not sure what it does. I don't know if full means that all pickups are on. It's got a great neck on it. Hendrik, close to the North Sea, close to Denmark. Is it cold there? Man, I love this. This is the first time I've really played it in here. What I'm trying to do, that would be a little cycle thing there. C7, F7, B flat 7. I can do C7. I did not pick this up in Europe. I picked it up at this used music store here in Atlanta. Some guy that works there that follows my channel says, I got this guitar you need to check out. And I thought, okay, here we go. And he walked over with this, and I thought, wow. It's just great. I mean, it's super consistent. I'm thinking. I haven't changed the strings or anything like that, but it's a killer guitar. I have a little bit of a squeaky. You can hear it because of the doesn't have flat ones on it. I'm not sure that that comes through the amp or not, but you're definitely hearing that. You can definitely hear that. I don't like that. That's the only thing I don't like. But I love the strings that are on here. But I'm wondering if flat ones would sound better on this. Killer neck, though. What's up, DJ? What's happening? Curious about my guitars. Do I do much modding, pickup swaps? Yes, I do. So, you know the Black Les Paul that I play in a lot of the videos? That has these pickups that my you guys know Dave Honorato that's that he's in my videos with Rhett. The three of us have videos like about Gibson and Fender and stuff like that. Dave does all my guitar repair stuff, and he recommended swapping these pickups out when he was doing a what's up, Dylan? Come in. When he was doing a Dylan, what are you doing?
I need you something.
He was doing a setup on my guitar, and he threw in the pickups. He said, look, I put in these new pickups. These are the best sounding pickups that for PAFs. What's going on, Dylan? What are you doing? No, you can unplug it and take it, I guess.
You can take it as soon as I go to bed.
All right. Dylan needs a monitor. So he said these are original 59 PAFs, the closest to a real 59 Les Paul. Everybody's saying hi to you, Dylan.
Oh, hi.
Wait a minute, Dylan.
What?
You unplugged it from the back?
Yeah.
The power supply?
Yeah.
All right, put your arm around it like that. That's how you carry it. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, but first, get over here. Come over here.
Okay.
First, give me the first 30 prime numbers.
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89, 97. I think that's 25. 101, 103, 107, 109, 113, 127. I think that's 30.
Okay, go. I didn't ask you to do 50, Dylan. Were you counting while you were doing them? Okay. Dylan was reciting them and counting how many he was doing at the time. So I have different pickups in that. I'd say probably half of my guitars are modded with either pickups, different capacitors in them, some type of modding. Almost every one of my amps is modded. I would say probably 3/4 of my amps are modded, and some of the best mods are my Fender Deluxe that I have. I have a you need that cable there, Dylan. You need the power cable there.
Yeah.
I have a Fender Deluxe. Do anybody know Peter Stroud? Anybody know that guitar? His name, Peter Stroud. He's an incredible guitar player. He played with Sheryl Crow for years and years. He's just an amazing player, and he owns 65 amps. If you guys know that company, any of you guitarists, So Peter lives near me. I bought this amp that he had already modded. My deluxe. He black-faced it, and he put 6L6s in it, and it has tremendous headroom. It's the best-sounding deluxe that I've heard. It sounds unbelievably good. We're in the process of profiling, doing Kemper profiles of all of my amplifiers here, but that one is modded. You guys have seen my Super Lead Plexi. That one has been modded heavily. My Mesa Boogie dual rectifier has been heavily modded. I like to find something that's really good and make it great. And the modding process, I don't think I've ever had any amps modded here in Atlanta other than the one that Peter did. All of them I've had people do, and they send me sound tests, and it takes a while to get the mod right. I don't consider myself like a tone chaser, but I'm a tone chaser. Our program has an original 65 Deluxe was donated to us a few years ago. Amazing sound. Not going to mod that. No, you don't need to mod that. I'm going to have Peter on one of my episodes. So I'm doing an episode next week that I've scheduled, and maybe Peter would be great on this. So I reached out to an old friend of mine, Tim Smith, who I haven't talked to in probably 10 years. He lives here in Atlanta. He was the bass player from Jellyfish. And he's a great singer. He played with Sheryl Crow also. He and Peter played together. He played bass with Sheryl Crow and then guitar and sang all the background vocals for 15 years. He just finished, I don't know, about 4 years playing with Noel Gallagher from Oasis. But he's going to come in here, and we are going to do a surprise What Makes This Song Great video that he's going to sing on. And I might have Peter play guitar on it, play some of the guitars. I might play the piano part. It's a blocker band, but we're going to do What Makes This Song Great on it. And I'm very excited about that. It's going to come out next week, probably on Friday or so. But it's a way around getting, it's probably the biggest band that we could do. You can guess who it is. He was in Jellyfish, so you know what his influences are. So that's the deal with that. That's one of the cool things that's happening. I just finalized the interview with Paul Reed Smith that I'm doing in about 3 weeks. I'm going up to PRS. I'm going to spend a whole day there. I'm going to interview Paul Reed Smith. I'm going to interview Jack Higginbotham. That is he's the president, been the president for about 30 years there. I'm going to do a tour of the place. I'm going to go out to dinner with Paul and the whole staff at PRS, which is funny because I don't own a PRS. But maybe I will after I go there. That's a really cool thing. The PR person, Jean, that works for PRS, was at GitCon, and she said that she thought this would be an amazing idea. DJ, duh. Of course, right? I have to have somebody from Jellyfish on my Beatles one, right? Peter would be great for this too, because he's a huge Beatles fan. So I have that. I'm doing a master class at Vanderbilt University next Monday. That's the first one of those. I mean, a lot of stuff is going on. And then I've got, and then I'll be at NAMM. Any of you going to be at NAMM in January? If you are, I will be there. I'm going to be doing interviews out there. I'm interviewing Daniel Levitin. I talked about this the other night on a live stream. He wrote "This Is Your Brain on Music." He wrote to me recently. He wrote to me about one of my perfect pitch videos that he thought was excellent, and I was 100% right on there. And so I'm going to interview him. I'm going to interview Lukather when I'm out there. I'm going to go see Sinister Gates. I'm going to see. Oh, I hope to see. I'm going to see my friend Phil X. You guys know Phil. I'm sure I'll definitely see Pete Thorne. And the producer John Shanks, I'm going to hopefully meet up with. So that's cool. That's going to be an exciting trip in LA. And you know, at NAMM, everyone's going to be there. Curious what goes through my head when I'm improvising guitar licks while talking. You know, I'm thinking about what I'm doing. I'm hearing, but I'm not sure what goes on. You know, I was actually watching my fingers in the thing. I was actually watching my fingers in the. I love that augmented. So I was driving the girls to school today, and I get suggestions on Spotify. And one of the suggestions was the John Scofield Matheny record that I had never heard. That was one thing I listened to. And I listened to one track, and I thought Matheny was okay on it, but Scofield was just smoking. Oh, man, Scofield is so good. He has a really interesting way of phrasing. I did one video where I taught a Scofield, a couple Scofield licks way back on the channel. And I want to talk about Scofield's playing. I want to feature his playing in a video. I'd like to actually have Scofield on. He has such an interesting way that he phrases. He has incredibly good rhythmic ideas that I love. I think he's just unique sound. I love it. Yeah, I'm just a creative guy, man. He's made. I got to play with Scofield one time, although he probably won't remember, but I played with him, and he used my amp for a clinic at New England Conservatory in 1985, maybe, or 86. I picked him up at the airport, and I hung out with him all day. That was cool because I was the assistant. I was the big band conductor assistant. See, not only was I big band conductor later, but I was the assistant to the conductor of the big band at New England Conservatory when I was in grad school. So I have a lot, and I played for 6 months in Aruba, played guitar in a big band. I have a lot of big band experience, not just as a conductor, but playing in a big band. And playing all those tunes, Caravan, all that stuff. But one of the guys that I drove around was Bob Brookmeyer, who was a great trombonist and a great big band arranger. Just an amazing big band arranger. Okay, so about the Matheny updates, I got no updates. You know, he knows I wrote to him. You know, there's some... Obviously, Pat doesn't feel like he I mean, I think he doesn't feel like he can control an interview with somebody, or he doesn't see any value in YouTube. I think he thinks YouTube is just a place that posts videos that of him that he doesn't want to have up on the internet, and he loses money there. So I think it's going to take some. What it's going to take is like my buddy Phil X is friends with Steve Lukather, and he called Lukather and said, "You need to be on Rick's. My buddy Rick wants to interview you. You should do it." And Lukather immediately, when I wrote to him, he wrote me back within 10 minutes. Another thing I listened to of Matheny's today, though, I've never played a guitar with tempered frets. I've not done that, but I will, and we will talk about it on here. There's a great, if you look on Spotify, the top things that Matheny's done, there's a medley that he did with a lot of his songs, Phase Dance. It's Last Train Home, probably 7 or 8 of his big songs. He does a very long 5-minute solo guitar. I think it's solo guitar. It might be 2 guitars. And it's incredible. I mean, it really is. It shows you the diversity of his writing, and the accuracy of his playing is just unbelievable. His accuracy is incredible. There's not one buzz note on this. He's playing all on classical guitar. It's just unbelievable. I would love to ask him about that, about how, about accuracy and playing and everything. I know he practices a lot. Yes, Keola, I am getting Lukather. I'm getting Luke, which is going to be great. I'm really excited. My buddy Phil told me he's the funniest person I will ever interview. Luke is getting me. So yeah, this is all really, really exciting stuff. If I could get Keith Jarrett, that would be really great. So that's kind of, if I get Matheny, Schofield, Keith Jarrett, people like that. I want to get some of the legends. I want to get Brian May and Jimmy Page and Clapton, and, well, they're still with us, I mean, I started my channel, and Alan Holdsworth was alive when I started my channel. And he is not now. And, can't really play that Holdsworth tune on this guitar. Gospel According to Luke. I'm going to read that. I'll read that on the way out to interview him. Felipe said you played classical in the last tour. Antonio Sanchez. I know, he's amazing. I prefer it when Matheny plays his classical because the sound is very, very consistent compared to how his sound used to be 20, 30 years ago. It's exactly the same. Whereas I think everything else has changed. The tone of his main jazz guitar has changed dramatically. And I think it has to do with hearing, honestly. When you lose your high end, you tend to gravitate towards different kinds of sounds. And think about that. It's a lot of punishing on the ears. I'll say that to play live for 40 years, constantly, where you have drummers that you're playing with, like Antonio Sanchez. And Matheny's always played with drummers I mean, all these jazz guys play with drummers that play all this ride stuff. And that just kills your hearing. Kent, you know you're a Mewtwo fan. Any chance of getting interviewed at the Edge? Oh my God, it would be amazing. I would love to get an interview with the Edge. I can't believe that. I'm not sure if I can even get by if any U2 stuff gets pulled down immediately. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm going to try and do some U2. I mean, I am a U2 expert on everything up till 2004, an expert. As much as any band that I've talked about, as much as anything, I'm an expert on them. So, Renee, what's up? Let's see, watching videos, new member. Thanks for interrupting. Oh, very welcome. Let's see, Felipe. Lyle May's question you never gotten. He played acoustic piano live, but you can hear it doubling synth sounds. Can't for the life of me get it. He had his piano was midified. He had MIDI on his piano, I think, pretty early on that he would use. But they were, it's really interesting. Those guys toured with a Steinway grand piano, so they had to get somebody to tune it every single day. They had a huge road case for it. Is somebody out there? Dylan? What are you doing?
Looking for
A drill? Okay. So the pristine Bluether piano created by numericalsound.com was recorded at Skywalker and is pristine. It has the ability to fly just tuning and just intonation. DJ, that is actually great. That is something that I've been wanting to do because you can't really do that on any other pianos. I want to check that out. I'm going to check that out tonight. Ray, you worked at Island Records late 80s and got to see U2 start the Joshua Tree Tour at Wembley. Wow, that is amazing. One of the greatest concerts I ever saw was U2 at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia on Achtung Tour. Oh, that's cool, DJ. That's great. That's very cool. That was one of the most absolutely amazing. Honestly, it was one of the best vocal performances I've ever seen anyone do. Bono's vocals on there. His sense of melody is absolutely outstanding. His sense of pitch is phenomenal. And he is one of the only people that I've ever seen that gets every vocal take he does live back then was as good as any live record. You were at that show too at Veterans Stadium? Wow, that's amazing. You remember Keith Emerson had something similar in piano for the Black Moon tour in the 90s, octave synth or something. Yeah, it was really it was very common to have the stuff with MIDI back then. 92, that's right. DJ, he's my friend, Ernest. Okay, he's invented DNA, MIDI grooves, and a lot of other stuff. Wow, awesome, man. No other piano can do that. They can't. I think it must be really, DJ, I think it's probably pretty intense mathematics to get to come up with any type of different intonations or tunings like that. So I think that's why there's a lot of processing to do with it. And I've wanted to do that for a long time. I've actually wanted to use that stuff with Dylan and try some different, just intonation and mean tone and things like that. And see how his ear reacts to that. Dylan, you down here? Okay. Anyways, DJ, please send me a link to that. I'd love to check it out. I would absolutely love to check it out. All right, I have to go because I have to finish my video and put it out. And I know I've been promising you guys extra live streams. I will absolutely do an extra live stream this week. Possibly tomorrow. So probably earlier, like 5:30 or so. But these are all saved anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But Any questions that you guys have? You know, people are always asking me stuff things that I don't have that are harder to set up. People have asked me about different amplifiers and things like that. But I'm gonna have the ability to live stream with a nice microphone and my DSLR as soon as I get this thing from Amazon. So in another probably day and a half or so. I need Rhett to come over and help me set it up because he's done his last couple live streams look amazing. They look just like his videos. But check out my new video tonight. It should be out in the next hour or so. But it's What Makes Us Sound Great, episode 50. And it's really, really looks and sounds great. I will do a Duran Duran, of course, Renee. I absolutely will. I want to do Ordinary World. That's one of my favorite songs. DJ, yes, please send me the link on my Gmail there. Okay, cool. Looks great. I will absolutely do Duran Duran, though. All right, I've got to go. You guys are the best. Look out for a live stream probably tomorrow again. Do one here for the Beato Club. You guys are the best. Sorry, Zach. Mahalo. Talk to you guys.